Hi, I'm Jamie Austin Ross. This is my post production podcast. In this podcast, I'm going to cover a few areas of post production that I'm happy with and what I'm not so happy with. If I'm honest, I don't think post production went quite as well as I wanted it to, but sometimes that happens. One area that I'm not too happy with is my masking skills. Whilst I'm not the best at masking, I thought I'd give it a go to try and improve a weak spot of my skills. You can sort of see this in my production when there's the transition into the phone. You can see that it's not quite perfect, but I got as close to what I could get with the time that I had. But you can also see this with the titles when they're being introduced in the start. I wanted to have them steady and set in one place, but I was having a lot of problems with doing this since the footage isn't the most stable. I found it quite difficult to have the titles just stay in one place. So I had to make do and just get as close as I could without being too fussy about it. But another thing that I've had trouble with is sound design. I still need to work on this, so I'm going to try and get some car noises that sound relatively the same, since for some reason I can't get the sound of one of the stock footage clips. So I'm going to try and find some sound online of the same car that I can hopefully match up and make it sound seamless. And I also need to add some sound design to some of the clips. I just want to add some birds, just make it seem more natural. And I also want to subtract the wind that you can hear in some of the footage. But other than that, I think the post production went as well as it could for the amount of time that I had. Whilst I'm not the happiest with it, I'm happy with what I've got done in the amount of time that I have. But other than that, that's all I've got to say about my post production. Thank you for listening, and that's the end of my free podcast.